BTS News Today. Tokyo, the city that never sleeps, has just been surprised by the presence of one of the brightest stars of the global entertainment scene, Jungkook of BTS. In recent days, rumors and speculation flooded social media as some fans reported that they saw Jungkook in the Shibuya and Omotesando districts. Speculation began to spread. Was he working on a secret project? Is this related to BTS's comeback? Or maybe it's just a personal journey. Today, however, everything was finally revealed. The reason why Jungkook was in Tokyo yesterday was not only surprising, but also touching and very personal. It all started with a short video circulating on Platform X, formerly Twitter, showing a figure very similar to Jungkook walking fast while wearing a black hat and mask. In a short time, the video went viral. The hashtag Jungkook in Tokyo immediately became the #1 trending topic in various countries. The army, as BTS fans are called, quickly began gathering evidence of their idol's presence in the Japanese capital. They compare body shape, gait, even shoes worn. And as always, those keen-eyed fans weren't wrong. It was Jungkook. But the big question is, why? What made Jungkook come secretly to Tokyo, alone, without staff, and without notice from Big Hit Music? Today, South Korean media finally revealed the real answer, based on an exclusive report from a source in the entertainment industry. As it turns out, Jungkook's arrival to Tokyo was not a work-related affair, but a combination of personal visits, tributes, and also a cross-country music collaboration project that has been kept a very tight secret. According to the report, Jungkook came to Tokyo to meet directly with the family of the late famous Japanese music producer, Yamazaki Hiroto, who was one of the figures whom Jungkook admired since his trainee days. In a long-running interview, Jungkook once mentioned that one of his musical inspirations came from Hiroto's experimental works that played heavily with ambient and electronic genres. Hiroto's departure a few months ago hit Jungkook hard, but due to his busy time in the military, he was unable to attend the funeral in person. Now, as he gets very limited military time off, Jungkook decides to fly to Tokyo and visit Hiroto's family. He brought along the producer's favorite flowers and a handwritten letter that he read directly before the memorial altar provided by Hiroto's family. Representatives of the Hiroto family said they were deeply touched by Jungkook's visit and felt proud that his work still had a profound influence on the world's young musicians. But apparently, the visit was not Jungkook's only goal. On the same day, he also had a closed-door meeting with Japanese composer and singer Nanaza Kenshiro. Many do not know, but the two have been exchanging musical communication since last year, planning to create a cross-country collaboration that will surprise the world. Their meeting took place in a small studio in the Setagaya area, where they are said to have recorded a demo of an untitled song. The music they created is described as a mix between Yanaza's signature soft voice and Jungkook's emotional vocal power. The project is planned to be released digitally by the end of 2025, along with the completion of Jungkook's military service. Meanwhile, Jungkook's presence in Tokyo was also used by a famous Japanese fashion house, Issey Miyake, to hold an exclusive photo shoot designed without media. Jungkook has always been known as a fashion icon, and reportedly Issey Miyake is designing a new campaign that combines traditional Japanese elegance with a minimalist modern aesthetic. As an artist who pays a lot of attention to imagery and visuals, Jungkook is honored to be a part of the visual project. Although not much information is available to the public at this time, no wonder the army immediately felt very touched after hearing this story. They flooded social media with messages of love and appreciation, especially as Jungkook made this trip in silence, without announcement, without a stir. Many say that this is one of the reasons why Jungkook has always been loved, for his authenticity, sensitivity, and humility. He didn't just come to Tokyo to work, but to honor someone who had inspired his journey as a musician. In addition, there was also news that Jungkook had visited one of his favorite animation studios in Japan, Studio Ghibli. An anonymous staffer revealed that Jungkook arrived calmly and respectfully, taking the time to look around the museum as well as greet some local artists. No promotional agenda, no cameras, just a Jungkook trying to reconnect with the art world that has raised and shaped him. In one of the now-deleted posts, a fan claimed to have had a brief conversation with Jungkook at one of the small cafes in Ebisu. Jungkook, according to the confession, said with a friendly smile that he just wanted to re-experience the sound and silence of Tokyo, a place he said had always kept him quiet. That simple saying is now quoted thousands of times by fans around the world, becoming a kind of new mantra. How even in the midst of fame, Jungkook still seeks meaning in silence. Now, after this news spread widely, reactions from the South Korean and Japanese media have emerged. Many pop culture analysts call this visit a vivid example of how Korean celebrities are now beginning to build cross-border emotional and artistic networks, which are based not only on business contracts, but on genuine love and appreciation for art. Jungkook has shown that being a world star doesn't mean you have to lose your human side. His trip to Tokyo yesterday was an example of respect, love for music, and humility. He did not come with a large retinue or bodyguards, but with a calm pace and deep purpose. The army in Japan has also begun to organize small events as a form of appreciation for this visit. Some of the fan base are reportedly preparing an art project to be displayed in the Harajuku district in honor of Jungkook's brief visit, with the theme "Silence Has a Sound," a reference to the message Jungkook is believed to want to convey through his trip to Tokyo. At the end of all this, what is most touching is the fact that Jungkook never felt the need to announce everything to the world. He doesn't need the camera to show his respect, and he never uses an emotional moment like this for promotion. It is simply being himself, someone who is always looking, always learning, and always respecting those who have shaped him. Jungkook was in Tokyo yesterday not because he had to, but because he wanted to. Because there was a feeling in his heart that he could only answer with concrete actions. And now, with this story unfolding, the world not only understands more and more who Jungkook really is, but also falls more and more in love with the man whose voice touches not only the ears, but also the heart. With everything that has happened in Tokyo yesterday, one thing has become very clear. Jungkook has never lost his way. Behind all the glitter of the entertainment world, he still knows where to step, whom to respect, and how to love in silence. And perhaps that is the biggest lesson of this story. Such as the story of Jungkook in Tokyo, a story that not only reveals the reasons for his presence, but also exposes the deepest side of an artist who continues to grow. And although he has returned to Korea to resume his military duties, his presence in Tokyo yesterday has left a mark that will never be lost, both in the hearts of fans and in the streets of the city that welcomed him in silence. A journey, a tribute, and a promise that sincere art will always find its way. Jungkook has proven it all. In just one day in Tokyo, The story of Jungkook's presence in Tokyo doesn't stop at just one day full of emotion and meaning. Precisely after his return, a wave of reactions continued to flow from various circles, from fellow musicians, pop culture observers, entertainment journalists, to the general public who may not have known who Jungkook was before. They all began to look at this young man with a different perspective, not just a K-pop idol, but as a sincere and deep person.